magnificent thing we call life. And you know what? Every day gives us a new opportunity to explore it differently, uniquely. And this week I read a book. I read a lot of books, but I read a book today called Deeper Work. And the whole idea about what does it mean to go deeper? And what I'm finding is that our society today is not about going deeper. It's not about becoming really committed to any one thing. It's that we have tremendous numbers of distractions in our life. Tremendous number of distractions. We've got social media. We've got YouTube. We've got the news media. We've got Twitter. We've got Facebook. We've got Instagram. We got Mayway. We got, you name it, we've got it out there. So what happens? In the course of the day, do you do anything where you're not distracted all the time? Can you sit and do one thing for 2, 3, maybe even 4 hours without switching modalities and going to other things? Do you have that capability, or have you programmed yourself into distraction? So I'm just going to share with you. Here's what I've come to understand. I did an evaluation of me this week. And you know what? I got a lot of distractions I'm allowing in my life. And so I really became clear that there are things I want to go deeper into, more committed to, become a greater experience of. So I'm having to change my schedule. I am having to literally put down on my calendar, what time will I allow myself to look at email? Because me, I'm going to just share with you. When I get an email, I handle it. It's done. I'm that type of guy. Handle it. But there's a cost I pay. The cost I pay is I never get deeply focused. I stay on the surface, because to get deeply focused, you've got to spend time. You've got to put your mind, you've got to get your mind under control. And first off, it takes time to get your mind under control. It takes time for your mind to start focusing. And then if you get interrupted, or you allow yourself to get interrupted, or you purposely interrupt yourself, you lose all of that. And that's what I'm understanding is happening in my life, from not only my emails, but social media and news and everything else. And so I am now making a commitment to myself to go deeper. And I started yesterday. And I'm going to tell you, I went through withdrawal. And I want to tell you, today I'm going through withdrawal again. Because you don't realize it, but social media, when you get an email and you look at it, bing, cortisol, you get these chemicals being released in you. You get a like on Facebook, someone sends you something. I mean, my God, you're getting chemicals released in your brain. And then when you pull back from that and you're not getting those chemicals anymore, guess what? Withdrawal. And we don't even realize that we've got that addiction going. So this morning was a really big start for me. And I did some things that were very different. And I've gotten so much more done, so much more depth that I've explored. A whole new talk series came to me for starting next Sunday on how to build a spiritual foundation. Isn't that a great topic? How to build a spiritual foundation that becomes the cornerstone of your life. And I'm going to do 10 sessions on it. That popped into my mind. Then I talked about what spiritual practice can I do? Because in the morning when I first woke up, before I would go into Wim Hof breathing and my meditations, which my wife and I do at 5:15, I would wake up earlier and I'd go through all of this protocol habit of social media, of checking this, checking that. This morning, I didn't do that. Yesterday morning, I didn't do that. What I did is I picked up a book and I concentrated deeply for 30 minutes. And my God, what I got out of it was absolutely amazing. So I'm looking and I'm saying to myself, here's the benefits, or what I perceived the benefits were before. Now I'm starting to see as I go through and the benefits I'm seeing now. So Irene, I want to say hi to Irene. Irene's been a part of religious science for forever, I guess. And she's known some of the great leaders of religious science, which is the movement that I'm a minister of. They call themselves the Center for Spiritual Living now. But I'm a religious scientist. I take spiritual principles and I prove them. Very simple. I like that definition. I like that I take spiritual principles and I prove them rather than just blindly accepting something and just having information. Most people have information. They've never proven anything to themselves. But I remember a minister. I want to say his name was Lloyd Tupper. And I want to say he was in North California or something like that. And Lloyd Tupper said to me and a group of about 20 other ministerial students, we're going back 15 years. And he said, here is something I would suggest. In the book, Living of Science of Mind, there are we believe statements. There's 10 statements of what we believe. He says, here's a spiritual practice. Read them every morning before you go into meditation, and let the essence of those words permeate your being. I made a commitment today that that's what I'm going to do every morning. But I'm not going to call them the we believe statements. I've literally changed the words. I've changed the words to the I believe statements. And so I'm going to read them as if I believe them. And as I read them, I'm going to question everything about them. Do I believe this? Do I want to believe this? Is this of value to me? I'm not going to absolutely believe something that someone said unless I can prove it for myself. Well, my gosh, Zach's wife, Sherry, is with us today. She's finally watching us live today, gang. Give Sherry a big hello that she's joining us and hope that we don't scare her off. Anyway, look at me. I just got distracted. How deep did I just go? Huh? I got off into the ethers. Isn't that what we do? I don't know if we, let me take the we off. Isn't that what I do? I know. I've come to understand that my purpose on life is to experience life as to the fullest. And if I want to experience life to the fullest, I don't want to experience it in a haphazard way where life is happening to me. I'd rather experience it that life is happening through me and that I am moving my life where I want it to go, not where society is pushing. I'm not going to buy into this whole thing of what society thinks is right, because society doesn't know what's right for me, because guess what? We're all unique. So no one knows what's right for you but you. I don't know what's right for you. Hell, I'm figuring out what's right for me. And what I'm doing with you each and every day is I'm sharing my ideas, my thought, my journey, that maybe there's something I might share with you, and maybe there's something you might share with me. You see, no one's a teacher without being a student, and no one's a student without being a teacher. We're both. We're always both. And when you can realize that, it causes you to be humble. And when you become humble, you open yourself up to new ideas. He says here, Quentin says, the opposite of courage is not cowardice, it is automation conformity. Ooh, I like that. Automation conformity. Think about that. What's that mean to you, gang? It means you've been programmed to automatically think. You've got a habit of thinking going on. And you've been done that ever since the time you were born, when mom and daddy got you in this thing and they taught you conditional love. Be good and daddy and mommy will like you. School, do this, you'll get a great grade. Corporations, be this way, fit into the corporation, and then you'll get a raise. Everything was a conditional, wasn't it? Everything was conditional. That's what Pink Floyd's Music at the Wall was about. We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. See, great rock and rollers know this stuff. But us who are listening, we're just into, yeah, we're rock and rolling. No, there's meaning. Guess what, gang? There's meaning to everything. meaning to everything. But we've got to go find what is the meaning to us and how would it apply to us? And can we use it in a way that will cause us to go deeper? Because I believe when we go deeper, we have a deeper experience of life. And isn't that what we want? Life is all about having deeper and deeper and deeper experiences, because that's the only reason we're alive, is to have experience. It's not to own, it's not to accumulate, it's not to share, it's to have deeper experiences, and however that is. So I'm going to leave you with that, with the question, what does it mean for you to have a deeper experience of life? And then ask the question, is my life demonstrating that? And if it is not demonstrating it, what can I change in my automated habits that will allow me to take my power back and have that expression? So with that, we had a great time today talking. I don't know about we, but I sure did. So I'm going to just share with you now. If no one says this to you today, I will. I accept you and I love you just like you are. So go be the greatest you. Have a great day, everybody. Aloha.